Cavaliers play tonight, 7 o'clock's the tip-off right around the corner at the Romo Fijo against the Detroit Pistons, who are not having much fun this season. Maybe they'll get one over on the Cavaliers, but I doubt it, boy. Those Cavs are murdering right now. And I don't think you're going to get one over on those guys. So 7 o'clock tonight on MMS. How about your Los Angeles Chargers and that Jimmy Harbaugh? Holy camole. You know, they're making a big deal about Jim Harbaugh after the University of Michigan, the Wolverines take the national championship, and they go, oh, this guy can write his own ticket. And U of M was throwing him a giant bag of money. And they were like, how is he going to turn that down? Well, the Chargers threw him a bigger bag of money. And when they announced that he was, in fact, leaving and taking some key members of the coaching staff with him to L.A., and I have to remind myself, Chargers are no longer in San Diego. It's a big, big deal now because you'd rather be in Los Angeles than San Diego. With no disrespect to our bureau chiefs in San Diego, you would just rather be in L.A. than San Diego. And so they threw him a giant bag of money, and Michigan was ready to make him the highest paid coach of all time. They were going to pay him $12.5 million a year for like 10 years. And the Chargers said, how about we give you $16 million a year for 5 years? And so that's his deal with the San Diego Chargers. Now, God bless Jim Harbaugh. But he ain't going to be there for 5 years. But he's going to get paid for 5 years. And the rep on the Chargers is that they were cheap. So the timing was probably perfect to have him and prove that they're not. You know, it's a town with 2 football teams that kind of doesn't care about football. But a big move for them. So they're going to pay him $16 million a year. And again, it doesn't matter if you sign for 10 or sign for 5. You're going to be gone. You're going to make that money. He will be the second highest paid coach in the NFL. Sean Payton makes $18 million a year. He's coaching the other LA team. Yeah, Sean Payton's coaching the Rams.
No.
Saints.
No, he was the Saints coach.
Sean Payton is coaching
Come on. It's in the AFC West.
He's coaching the... Who's the coach of the Rams? I thought he was coaching the Rams. Oh, another Sean.
Mm-hmm.
Sean Payton is coaching the... I don't know. It's not coming to me. Who?
Broncos.
The Denver Broncos. $18 million a year is what he's making. So, our own Bill Squire, who is a lifelong Chargers fan.
No.
I'm sorry?
Just 2 years.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Check my notes here.
Yeah.
I've been misinformed. I'm sorry. Here, look. Yeah, Bill Squire, Chargers fan since 1981. What? I thought you went back to the San Diego days with them.
Unfortunately, no.
So not a Chargers fan since birth is what you're saying. Oh, all right. Well, listen, I like to learn new things all the time. But you're a big Kellen Winslow fan.
I mean, I prefer the dad over the junior.
Yeah, okay.
The junior's not great.
Junior Seau?
No, Junior Kellen Winslow Jr.
Ah,
who was
right.
The rapist, the convicted rapist.
That's no good. Despite what some people think in this country, convicted rapist is not good. So you didn't have Dan Fouts posters on your wall then when you were a kid?
No.
All right. I mean, I did just because he was handsome. But that's just me. Remember a guy named Rajon Rondo? He played for the Cavaliers for a cup of coffee.
Yeah.
He's gotten himself into some more trouble. Rajon Rondo, we had him on the Bulls a couple of years before he came to Cleveland. This is just a dude who went team to team to team. He played for a ton of teams for like one season a pop, and he got pulled over by the Indiana Stadies I used to make the trip a lot because my older kids grew up in Michigan. So I was always driving either to Michigan or to Illinois to see my family. And when you make that trip from either here or when I lived in Pittsburgh, you make that trip on the turnpike to Illinois, you're in Indiana for maybe 25 minutes. But if I was ever going to get stopped, I knew it was going to be in Indiana. Because those Indiana state troopers it's just lousy with them on that stretch of the turnpike. So they pick up Rajon Rondo on gun and drug charges. The dude's not even 40 yet. And he's always in some kind of trouble. They pulled him over.
He wasn't like getting into trouble when he was in the league, but then,
I thought he was.
Then towards the end of his career, he got into like a domestic abuse thing and then got cut and then never really got back in the league. But I don't think he had any I don't remember any big problems. Like he would kind of beef with players a little bit, but not off the court stuff.
He let out his inner.
I remember.
He let out his inner Delonte West.
Mm. You don't go down that road. Also, I saw this story on social media, and they used him in a Cavs uniform, and it's like he played for the Celtics for 10 years or something, and you put him in. He was on the Cavs for like a half a season.
Yeah, every other team he was on for
come on.
one. Yeah, right. Every picture I saw, he was in a Cavs jersey. I'm like, he got drafted by
the Celtics.
No. They traded him immediately to the Celtics. He got drafted by, I don't remember who, but they immediately traded him to the Celtics, I think. And yeah, he was there for a while, right? And then he just went city to city to city. But they was in Louisville, or I don't know what was going on. That's where he went to high school. I don't know if he still lives there, but the Phoenix Suns are who grabbed him.
Oh, okay.
He was first round. Went to the Suns. They immediately dealt him to the Celtics.
Okay,
yeah. Thank you, whoever sent me that. But I remember him, like I said, from both the Bulls and the Cavaliers. And he's just having a hard time. These guys are trying to keep it together. And maybe it's harder and harder to do. And this is what's going to happen down the road of Poundcake. You mark my words. They're going to pull him over in a car, even though he's doing the speed limit. So on the outside, doesn't seem like anything would be wrong.
Return of his high school days?
Something.
Homo thug?
And God.
That's his words.
I know. He called himself a homo thug.
The homo was silent, so you guys are saying it wrong.
All right.
I was just a thug, but I was a homo.
All right, sorry. Thug?
Yeah, see?
Well, you said both of them equally loud. I don't know, yesterday. I know you were trying to establish the term, but...
Forgive me. I'm trying to learn about your culture. I don't know it all yet.
It's DL for a reason. It's not like, hey, I'm DL. It's like... And then people know.
So you weren't, because I'll tell you what, I was thinking about this morning, not necessarily that, but kind of circles back.
Thinking about me this morning?
No. I talked about this before, about the NFL Taylor Swift mishigas that's going on with all these right-wingers thinking it's some big conspiracy. Mm-hmm. And this guy going, well, liberals have celebrities, but we do too. We have John Voight, we have Kid Rock, and we have what, right? None of them even remotely, even very popular celebrities aren't even remotely in Taylor Swift's orbit. And Scott Baio is one of those Hollywood right-wingers too. And I mentioned earlier that the one time I met Scott Baio, he couldn't have been nicer. But people assume that performers and artists are all open-minded or liberal. And it's not the case, right? Mm-hmm. Just because you're a performer or just because you're an artist doesn't mean that you think the same way as other people who might be around. I remember a guy I knew who was in theater in college, and he was dynamite. But he stopped doing it because he said the theater department had too many fags. That's what he said. I got to tell you, that had to have been, we're talking 30 years ago, that had to have been like the first, because by that time I'd been doing stand-up for maybe like a year and a half, and that was really, I knew I wasn't going to be in like the theater program. I knew I didn't want to act and do theater and things like that. But that was really my first, that was the first revelation to me that, just because somebody's a performer or an artist, they don't necessarily think, they can still have the mind of a 70-year-old guy or somebody's grandpa or uncle or whatever. And it was just so jarring to me. I was like, but you are very good at what you're doing. But for him, it was a bridge too far. It was too much. And I don't know what he went on to do, but it's just very, very strange. So when you were saying the quiet part quietly, you didn't have peers around you that were more welcoming because they were performers or because anything like that?
No, that was not my upbringing because everything.
Even in Oberlin, they didn't have extracurricular stuff going on?
They did, but because it was very obvious, obviously, I wasn't the most masculine guy even when I was a kid. I had a bird chest, I walked funny, and my voice was high-pitched. People assumed that I was gay. So I did everything in my power to sway away from that narrative as possible. Like Oberlin High School, it was a very liberal. I didn't really face racism because everyone looked like me. And as far as the gay thing, it was very small, so there weren't that many out gay people. Not that they wouldn't be accepted. It just wasn't that many people in the school. There was plenty of lesbians. There was like, I don't remember exactly, but I think one of the lesbian couples in our school was on like homecoming court.
Because the girls felt more comfortable being out than the guys.
It was always easier for girls to come out than guys.
Right.
It just was. And then the ones that were gay.
Not in Greece.
Yeah, well, this isn't Greece.
You didn't go to school in Greece, Poundcake?
No.
You went to Athens
Back in
High
the day.
School? Yeah.
Greece a long time ago.
But like the drama department, there was a bunch of straight people that did drama in Oberlin. It was not just like a gay thing. You were cool if you did drama club. Like everyone wanted to be like an actor. It wasn't like you weren't automatically wearing tights and like doing, dance around in a tutu. We didn't have a dance team. We didn't have male cheerleaders. We didn't have any of that. Our school was really small.
That's what I mean. There are gay and straight people in performance. But if you want to do that, it's not going to work out for you if you have the mindset that, well, I don't want to be around gay people,
Had it been a bigger school, like Oberlin's, the entire high school probably was like 350 kids. So
that's a small school.
That's 4 grades. So that's 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th. So there were kids. I found out someone in my grade, someone that I was in my grade, came out as gay after we graduated. And there were like kids that they thought were gay, and that no one. It was like don't ask, don't tell. But because the school was too small for me, and I knew that I was in a bad place going there. I was getting bullied, and just people acted as if I was gay before I even said anything. I went to JVS, and I went to JVS all 4 years because they had a special program. It was like career readiness. Career exploration for your sophomore year, and then you get to pick, your vocation your junior and senior year. So I went all 4 years to get away.
Were you in the carpentry?
Yes, Bill.
Just trying to do it right.
What?
Homo carpentry.
Oh, God. Oh, it was so quiet.
I nailed it.
Yeah, good pun.
Wood. I was like,
hey, hate the show. Listening to Poundcake's sports break, talking about hood twins and the daddies being trifling. So then I have to ask the question, is it possible to become a trifling hood twin? I don't know these things. Poundcake, give me some knowledge.
I would stand a reason that you could, yeah?
Yeah, if you grow up to be a trifling daddy and you happen to be a hood twin, then yeah, you're a trifling hood twin.
Explain trifling more.
Trifling?
Yeah.
Trifling?
What is trifling?
No good.
That bitch should be trifling.
No good. Can't depend on nothing.
Like frivolous.
Yeah.
Oh, so kind of like deadbeat.
You don't have to be deadbeat.
You don't have to be deadbeat, but yeah.
You can't rely, like, you're... Can't get right.
Non-trustworthy.
Yes. Like a
real
female,
scoundrel.
A wench, like ratchet, like it's the male version of ratchet.
Gotcha.
You're just trifling. And there's you just look at someone like, you're not just despicable. You're trifling. Like, there's no other word
Oh,
for
it's
it.
below despicable.
Yeah, no,
Oh,
you're.
my.
How
Here comes the
trifling?
reboot. Trifling me.
They're getting ready to drop a new sequel.
Yeah.
Tyler Perry,
Yeah.
House of Trifling.
Wow. House of Trifling.
Are you gay? No, I'm a man. I'm a down low man. See, that's how you do it.
Alan, I'm going to use the term hood twin more often. That is pure magic.
Didn't make it up.
I know. There you go.
Nope, not me. It's in the community.
Alan, Oberlin is the lesbian capital of the world. That is not. That would be probably Springfield, Massachusetts.
Oberlin College is the lesbian.
Oh, I thought you meant the
That-
town.
it's notorious for lesbians. And that's what people misconstrue.
Go ahead, try it.
I have a lot of spit. Hold on.
Uh.
Misconstrue.
He's
when it
like,
comes to
hold on, I
Oberlin-
have too much spit
When it
to
comes to
properly.
Oberlin,
Yeah, well, you did
This
it.
spit be trifling.
Confiscated.
people think the residence and the college are the same thing, and it's so not. Like the kids there, it's a town like anywhere else. It's kind of like redneck in some places.
Yeah,
too.
I understand. You're kind of in the middle of nowhere.
So it just happened. We get that, label because of the college there, but the college in the towns is very different. Like everyone thinks that our high school is supposed to be the state of the art, top of the line. Like the Glee High School, that was not our school.
Well, that's kind of true, but that's kind of true of any college town. The townies are completely different than the kids who go to school there.
Right.
We bully people because that's how we get the free school supplies.
Bullied people for school supplies?
Well, no, because it's like they want to keep the small town charm, I assume. And so they didn't want like big corporations coming into Oberlin and getting rid of small town charm.
Oh, I
so
see,
they're
yeah.
all you'll notice
Mom
like
and pop.
all the even JVS is like on the outskirts of Oberlin. JVS, Walmart, all that is there before you get to the city limits because they want to keep the small town charm. It took them forever to get like a McDonald's.
It's trifling.
Man, I miss like Mizzlers. That was like our grocery store before Walmart came in and just like took all the jobs. It was Mizzlers, Ben Franklin, Gibson's, all those
Oh,
places.
God, Ben Franklin.
Ben Franklin's, yeah. Apollo, you could get a movie there. I would go see a movie there for like $3.50 back in the day. It was like cheap.
It's when they called them dime stores. We're going up to the dime store to get some candy. You're like, that dime candy is $2. Yeah, but it's the only place I can get strawberry Laffy Taffy.
Girl, shake that Laffy
The original Laffy Taffy, not that crap they crank out now.
Trifling.
Pretend trifling Laffy Taffy.
Trifling Laffy
Nothing worse than trifling taffy.
Trifling taffy at the grog shop.
Yeah. Opening for Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, listening to you guys talk about Vince McMahon and his poop issues. Is that his finishing move? Gene from Parma.
Is that he's cracking himself up?
Yeah.
Oh, Gene.
Is that his finishing
Is that his finishing move?
I ended up watching a little bit of the Royal Rumble on Saturday. I just
Okay, so
got
explain,
wrapped
because
in.
I asked Gwen, because she and her brother watched a little bit of wrestling when they were kids.
Mhm.
I was not allowed to watch wrestling, so I didn't really grow up with it. I said to her, Royal Rumble is just everybody in the ring?
Yeah. Okay.
Like, what's
so
the point? It's
they-
scripted.
Alan, shut up.
Well, no, I mean,
But
that's
it's 30. It's a 30-person match,
right.
and every I think like 2 or 3 minutes, someone new comes into the ring, and you have to try and survive as long as you can. And so,
What do they mean, sir? So they're just punching, running around, knocking each other
trying
over?
to knock each other. Yeah, so they're doing different wrestling
But are
moves.
they
trying to-
pairing up, or is just like a
Sometimes
giant orgy of...
Some of them have alliances or tag team partners, so they'll team up with each other. But it's just a big long fight, a big long rumble, if you will, until there's one man left standing.
And that was Roman Reigns.
No. Again, idiot. The winner of the Royal Rumble was Cody Rhodes. It's only the second time that a guy went back-to-back winning the Royal Rumble. The first one was Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Oh, I thought Roman Reigns won the
No,
Royal
Roman
Rumble.
Reigns
Okay.
won his 4-way match. He was in a 4-way match with British Knight.
Ooh, they're doing four-ways.
Or no,
in there,
L.A.
Poundcake.
Knight. I'm sorry, L.A. Knight. Who else was in that one? Randy Orton and one other guy. I only caught a little bit of that match,
Okay.
but yeah, it was. I saw the end. I saw that
So
what's his face? Roman Reigns retained the Universal Championship.
So they get thrown out of the ring and they're out.
If you get thrown out of you have to go over the top rope and your feet have to hit the ground and then you're out.
Otherwise, if you kind of like flop out, you can get back in.
Well, as long as your feet don't hit the ground, you can like grab onto the rope or grab onto the apron and pull yourself back into the ring. Yeah.
But it is predetermined. So how long do you pretend that you're wrestling with people before?
Well, they each have a time when they're going to go out. So you know your script, but that's like any wrestling match.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like I didn't understand the logistics of because obviously
they knew that Cody Rhodes was going to win it.
Yeah,
but they got to make it look like he might get eliminated a few times, and you got to keep it interesting.
Right, but I'm saying with 30 people, you can't have 5 people going out at once. So they each have to know when it's their time to.
Yeah, so you go, okay, I'm going in at this time. I'm going to be in for like this many minutes, and then so-and-so is going to throw me out.
Because, like, I knew what Royal Rumble was, but I was like, logistically, I don't understand it.
Yeah.
You know?
And the winner of the Royal Rumble gets a championship match at WrestleMania, the main event.
Wow.
Which I believe this year... Where is it?
Wait, so Roman Reigns didn't win Royal Rumble, but he's the champion of the world?
He's the Universal Champ.
He's the champion of the universe. Yeah. Oh.
But they're calling him the part-time champ.
So for a guy who's the champion of the universe, Royal Rumble is just trifling.
Well, but that's the thing is the winner of the Randy Rhodes, or not
Randy Orton.
Randy Orton. No. Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes.
Ozzy Osbourne's long-dead guitarist is the winner
Cody
of
Rhodes,
Royal Rumble.
He gets to choose if he wants to fight Seth Rollins or Roman Reigns, because Seth Rollins is the heavyweight champ, and then because there's
Was my boy CM Punk in there?
Yeah, he was. He did pretty good in the Royal Rumble. I think he was the last person to get eliminated. He got eliminated. He was the one that Cody Rhodes eliminated to win the Royal Rumble.
Was our boy The Miz in there?
He was.
Okay.
I saw The Miz in there.
That's exciting.
There's this dude named Drew McIntyre. Boringest name. Gigantic man.
Yeah.
He's like 6'8" and he's like the mountain. He's huge.
Was Drew P-Balls in there?
No, Drew P-Balls wasn't in there, and neither was Ollie Tabooger.
Ollie Tabooger lost the Royal Rumble, and now, as punishment, he's got to work our video department. Thank you, Ollie. Okay, I got to